Good afternoon to you. It is Tuesday the 4th of April 2023. My name's Jenny McCormack and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based in Northamptonshire. The purpose of this live is not for crafting directly, but to run through the retiring items from our January to April mini catalogue. So this is the catalogue that comes out in addition to our annual catalogue. Now, unusually, both of these catalogues are retiring at the same time, and so this afternoon at 2 o'clock I will do the same process with the annual catalogue so that you can grab any bargains. Quite a few of the products are discounted, anything up to 60%. So it's definitely worth having a look through. Now, if you have a copy of the catalogue, what you might like to do, I'll give you the page numbers as we go along, and what you can do is just follow through with me, or you could scribble on your catalogue or just make a note of any items as we go through. What I would say is that some of the items will sell out very quickly, and therefore what is currently available as I do this may not be available this afternoon, or they might be available right the way to the end of the catalogue at the end of April. So, but I thought this is easier. I have sent out an email that has a list of the items that are retiring, and it's basically a copy of this. So if you know what you're looking for, this is in page number order, so you can follow that through. And then what I've done, because I find it a lot easier, especially when I'm doing classes and coffee and card, is to mark up the catalogue. And so what I've done is I put retiring or an R against the items, and if it's discounted I put the discounted price in. Now the discounted prices will stay right the way through. They don't usually increase at any point, but there's some great bargains to be had. So I'm just going to open the back door for the dog, and then I'll get cracking. Right. So I want to do this fairly speedily, and I would say that there may be one or two items that slip through the net that I haven't marked, or the discounts are slightly different. So do bear with me, but hopefully it will give you an idea of what is retiring. I'm not going to concentrate on items that are carrying over, so if I don't mention them, then you know that they will be going through to the new catalogue. So I'm hoping you can see enough of that. Individual items I will raise the catalogue for you, but we're going to start on page 8. Now all of the bundles usually retire as a bundle, so when you purchase a new bundle from a catalogue, for example a stamp set and punches or a stamp set and dies, they are discounted at 10% when they first come out. Very often what will happen is these items will go through to the new catalogue, but because they're not a new product, the bundle discount stops. So where I put bundle retires, it just means that the special pricing stops, but that you can still order the individual items. Hi Nikki and Catherine. So we're on page 8. As I say, if you've got a catalogue and want to follow through, then please do. So the retiring items here are the two sets of papers. So the country gingham, which I love a bit of gingham, this is in assorted colours and assorted gingham styles, and also the Country Floral Lane, which is the pretty floral papers with the little hearts that match the punch. So those two are retiring. There's no discounts on those. Okay, so these stamp sets are all going through, and the milkshake's going through. So we have the Love Cats. So if you like the Cats stamp set, that's retiring but not discounted. The opaque adhesive back gems are retiring, and they're reduced to £5.25 from £7.50. Now the retiring prices vary. There's no hard and fast rule. I'm guessing it really depends on the amount of stock. So the greater stock to clear, potentially the higher the discount. Now we're on to page 14 and 15, and on this page the fine shimmer paper pack is retiring. It was £9.50, it's now £6.65, and that comes in three colours: soft, succulent, fresh fuchsia and gold, and it's a very, exactly as it says, fine shimmer. And then the coordinating papers, the fancy flora papers that go with this suite, they are retiring but not discounted. That's on page 15. All of these items on page 16 and 17 are going through. And then on here we have Lighting the Way. This is the one with the little lamp dice. That's all I could think of. Now the main things are going through, but the Cling stamp set. So this stamp set was produced in two variations. The Cling stamp set is retiring, and that's now £8.80. But the photopolymer and the dies are going through. And then Spring Blessings on page 19, that is retiring. That's the one with the little girls and assorted banners between them, and that's now £7.60. And if you're fond of dragonflies, although it's only a tiny little picture there, the dragonfly trinkets are retiring. They are £6.75. We're on to page 21, and all of these items are retiring. So the photopolymer and the Cling version of this stamp set is now £8.80, and the dies are £11.60. Hi Kerry, good evening to you. And when a bundle retires, what you want to do, especially if it's discounted, is to order the individual items, because it's the individual items that carry the discounted price, not the retiring bundle. So if you bought these two, for example, you'd be paying 18, 19, 20 pounds and 40p for them both. But if you put in the code for the bundle, you'd still be paying £45.75. Okay, now we're on to page 22 and 23. All of those items are going across except these lovely By the Bay papers. This is what we used at our class this month just gone, and they're reduced to £12.60. The pearls and the ribbon is going through. We're on page 24, that's going through, the Perfectly Detailed, and also that Nested Friends stamp set and dies. Okay, now we have Queen Bee on page 26. The dies are reduced to £15, they're half price, and the bundle's retired, but I think the stamp set on its own is actually going through. Okay, then we have Silly Goose. that is going through. Both of these background stamps, the hand-drawn dots and the layered stripes, are retiring. The hand-drawn dots is £16.20. The layered stripes is at the list price of £18. Then we have Sea Turtle. That's going through to the new annual catalogue. Then we have Regency Park on page 31. The papers are retiring, those beautiful pretty floral papers on one side and then dots and stripes on the other. And the adhesive back to milky dots are retiring. So the paper is now £10.12 and the milky dots is now £6.75. The remaining items are going through. And so these were the other stamp sets. So although the bundles have retired, the individual components will go through. So if you like this combination, for example, if you buy it now, you'll pay the old price, but when you buy it in the future, you'll be paying the new unbundled price. Okay, so you'll save yourself 10% if you're ordering it now. Okay, on the farm bundle, the dies are now only £12 and the stamp set is £9.60. So if you have family that are farmers or children who love farming or grandchildren, this is a fantastic set. You get a ridiculous quantity of dies as well as the stamps, and so you can buy those two together for £21.60 instead of £48.50. Okay, and then around the bend, the bundle has retired and the cling stamps are retiring, but the photopolymer ones are going through, and the dies themselves are going through, but obviously they won't be discounted. Okay, so on to page 36, Marigold Moments. This is a really pretty stamp set if you love marigolds in particular. £9.20 for the stamp set, and the coordinating dies are £12.40, and as well as cutting out the images, you have these separate dies to create the marigold 3D items. And page 37, Covered in Sunshine. So it's got 3 larger sentiment stamps and a few little images with the sunshine and the stars. That's now £11, and sad to see, the Enamel Dots Essentials, which I've only just discovered, are £4.50, down from £7.50, and that's White, Night of Navy and Crumb Cake. Right, we're on to page 38. Way to Grow. This is the stamp set with the girls facing away. Great if you don't like colouring faces, and lots of different pots and combinations, and that's now £13.20. And then we have Conversation Bubbles. So we've got the stamps and the dies. The stamps, this is great for, in particular for teenagers, cards and scrapbooking. That's now £9.20 for the stamp set and £16.20 for the dies, and the dies cut out all sorts of different little speech bubbles, so they're really useful in their own right, outside of using them with the stamps, because you can put your own sentiments in there. We're on to page 40. The Friendly Gnomes stamps are retiring, £20.70, and the Lucky Clover St Patrick's Day is retiring along with the punch. None of those are discounted. They're at the standard prices, and as in all cases they're all available while stocks last. We're on to page 43. This is the Delicate Desert. The stamps are going through, but the ribbon, the sequins and the papers are retiring. These papers are lovely. £7.87 now, those papers. The ribbon, which is pale papaya velvet, well, faux velvet, is £5.95, and the sequins are now £4.50 from £7.50. Okay, that's 44, and then 45. This really useful stamp set. If you don't have many sentiments, this is a good one. So you've got kind, thanks, congratulations, and then you've got lots of components you can put with it. So congratulations are in order, sincere thanks, you're too kind, congratulations, thanks for everything, congratulations on your big news. That's now £10. And like an animal, the animal print papers are reduced to £11.20, and as I say, all of the papers retire right the way through the catalogues. So our ballet dancer on page 46, Ballet Beauty. I never got round to buying that. I do rather love the stamp set. It's now £16.80. And then Decorative Borders, which we used relatively recently, is retired but not discounted. Okay, we're on to page 48, and neither of these two are retiring. Taco Fiesta and the Sweet Citrus set. The bundles are retiring, but not, as I said, the individual components. Rain or Shine on page 51 even. So the bundle is retired, but the stamps and the dies are going through individually. Sadly, those lovely papers are retiring. And then we have the Easter Bunny bundle. So the individual items are retiring. I just want to double check on my list here. Yes, just the bundles, so the stamp sets are going through. I just don't remember seeing it. So if you bought that recently, then that will be going through. And then Happy Labels, another one, if you're short of sentiments, this is now £9.20. And you've got hello, thank you, you've got the biggest heart, there's no one like you, and then the coordinating label punches going through, but the stamp set is retired. We're on to page 54. So Rejoice in Him, lovely Easter set, is retired and is now down to £16.80. And then the Dainty Delight, the bundle itself has retired, but the individual components are going through. I've just purchased that one because I just think it's so pretty. And then Occasionally Funny, if you like some funny sentiments, that's retiring at £9.60. It was £24. We've got Anniversary, Birthday, Graduation, that's a sort of anniversary. And then the Ginkgo branch. Seen a lot of lovely cards with this. Both the stamp set and the dies are retiring. The stamp set is now £8.80 and the dies are £13.60. So £22.40 for that complete bundle. And I love this label, that label die. Okay, so we're doing well. We're on to page 58. So Greatest Journey is retiring, and that is £8.80. The set of 3 Baker's Twine is retiring now at £5.60. The enamel stickers are half price at £4, and then the lovely papers that we use for one of our class in a box, that must have been February, they are now retired and down to £10.12. So we're now on to page 60 if you're following through with your catalogue. The Beautiful Thistle is retiring at £14. It's a Hug, a Last Chance list this time. Have I missed one? Sorry, Kerry. Oh, It's a Hug. Is that on the... No, it's not one I'm thinking. Oh, a huge Last Chance list. Sorry, yes, I've got it now. Thank you, it is huge. Although I was surprised at how many of these items have gone through to the annual catalogue, which is great. The Thistle is retiring at £14.70. And there are dies that go with that, and they're also retiring at £10.80. Then we have Watercolour World and the Alphabet dies, they're both going through. That's okay, Kerry, now I understand. So the Best Family Ever, a really good go-to stamp set that's got family names, so wife, husband, uncle, daughter, son, grandma, grandpa, niece, nephew, etc. and in-law, and has it got step? Great, it's got great. So that's gone through. And the Loveliest Layers decorative masks, these are the ones that I used relatively recently, they're retiring and now £7. And then this set here, Brush Bouquet, on page 63 if you're following. The stamp set is now £16.20 and the dies that go with these are now £12. And they cut out and emboss these elements. Really stunning set. That's page 63. Page 64, Picturesque, is now £7.20. So if you like doing scenes and using the sort of silhouette layering, because you can layer these together, then that's a good one to get. £7.20. And then sadly Framed Florets is retiring. I had a lot of use out of this one. I love the sentiments: wishes for a beautiful birthday, for a special person on a special day, and I love the flowers and also the style of the sentiments. So that is now only £8.80. Hi Isabel. Hi Zana. Yes, I was surprised to see it too, but there you go, that's the way it goes, isn't it? So the dies for these, which were also very popular, are £14, and this is the one that cuts the oval with the little hearts in and cuts 2 different shaped oval frames. So that's a really good set to have, I would say. And it works, although it does cut out some of the flowers, the majority of the dies for this do the frames and everything. You can see more of those later in the catalogue in a bit more detail. Page 78. So this is page 65. Page 66 is the warm welcome bundle. The dies are retiring, but the stamp set is going through. So this is the one that's got the open door, and then you can put different things behind the door, whether it's presents or shoes or cups of coffee, bunch of flowers, or even a little cat. Very cute. And then on page 67, Best Day, this is the one with the birthday cake and some nice birthday sentiments and the rather fat cat in a cupcake. That's retired but not reduced. All the blending brushes are going through. And then we're on to page 68. So we've got Legendary Ride. We've got the stamps and the dies. Those are going through. But the papers are retiring. These lovely papers. So if you want that sort of theme with motorbikes and driving and things like that, then the papers would be good. If you don't particularly want the motorbikes, the embossing folder is staying, but the little adhesive backed studs are going, and the bundle itself is going, but you'll be able to buy the individual components afterwards. So these are all retired as of now. So if you go onto the website, you will see you can click on specials and last chance items, and you can narrow down, so you can look for stamp sets, for example, or you can look for colours, all sorts of variations. So on the Ocean stamp set here, that's gone through, as have the dies, but the bundle has retired. So your discount has just been taken away. And then Beside Me has gone through. This is a great Father's Day set. Thinking about it, I better order that up. Ready for May Coffee and Card. And then we have Enjoy the Rhythm. This music set. It's got a set of drums, it's got keyboard, it's got the music notes and a guitar. That's gone through. And then our Memories and More cards and envelopes have all retired. We have new ones every year for these. Sorry, that's not very helpful, is it? You can't really see it. So the card pack is reduced to $6.65. So if you're into scrapbooking, or you want to use the cards for quick and easy card making, then that's always a good deal to be had. And then the cards and envelopes are reduced to £7.60, and these have two different colours of card and envelopes. They've got really nice watercolour stippled background. So that's page 73. Okay, and then these are all the bundles in individually. So all the bundles as bundles are retiring, but as I went through, I gave you the individual items that are staying, so I'm not going to repeat going through all of those. And that's it. I haven't marked up these individually, I've just gone through the papers as they are, the sheets as they are. So that is the retiring products from our mini catalogue. So the list is available for you to download. That came out by email. And then at 2 o'clock this afternoon, I will go through the annual catalogue retiring list. So we have the two catalogues both retiring at the same time. And again, there is also a list. What I would say, as well as the retiring items, is the colours that are retiring will sell out, if they haven't sold out already, very, very quickly, especially ink pads and ink refills. And we also have a price increase coming, not really surprising, mostly across the board. Some items haven't increased, but you will see increases in ink pads, cardstock, papers, blends pens, Stampin' Up markers. None of the adhesives have gone up, they're all the same price as I remember. And then the new papers as they come in. So if you do want to stock up with standard coloured card or white card or vanilla card, or you want to top up some inks, then I recommend you do that during the month of April, and take advantage of ordering before the price increase. Okay. Julie, well done. So thank you so much for joining me. So that was the mini catalogue retiring list. I will pop on at 2 o'clock. Give me a chance to catch my breath. Obviously this catalogue is even bigger, and I find this is the best way for people to see what's retiring. And if you do have a catalogue to hand and you want to go through and just mark it up, or mark up the items that you're interested in, then you know, do have that catalogue to hand if you join me later. This is on replay, of course. You can stop and replay and rewind as many times as you need. The one this afternoon will take a little bit longer. Obviously if this is not of interest, then you can skip through. I'm not doing any crafting, I'll just be showing you the retiring items. So these run till the end of April while stocks last. Some items I know have already gone, so the longer you leave it, the more chance items will have sold out. But you know, it's one of those things, isn't it? I know I've had 3 requests for items that I've already sold, in particular ink refills for retiring ink colours. So we do have some new colours coming. I can't show you all of the details of those at the moment. I can show you a clip of the colours. So I'm looking forward to that. And we have some returning colours as well. So for those of you that liked Lemon Lime Twist and Berry Bursts, I'm pleased to let you know that they are back. So thank you very much. Hi Sugar, sorry, we're just wrapping up for the moment, but I hope you're well. So I will be doing the annual catalogue here at 2 o'clock. So I hope some of you will join me. I don't expect you to join me live and sit through the whole thing, or maybe just have me on in the background while you're doing something else. But I hope it proves useful to you. The other thing that I have done is I have listed my previous retired items in a separate shop. And I have a lot of items to add in. So these are items that have been retired prior to these current catalogues. So they would have retired any time up to the end of December 2022. So watch out for those, and I will be sharing that shop link a little bit more extensively once I've added more items. It's just a case of sitting there photographing and pricing and putting a description in. So thank you so much everybody. I appreciate your time today, and I look forward to seeing or hearing some of you at 2 o'clock. If you have any queries, then just let me know. The best way to order retiring items is to do it yourself online. You can go to jeminicrafts.co.uk and look for the Shop Now link. Mainly because I'm not necessarily ordering every single day, and if you tell me what you'd like me to order, it may not be in stock, for example tomorrow, if I was ordering tomorrow. So if you're desperate for something, it's definitely better to order online yourself. You can use the host code and get a little gift from me as well. But if you want to, you're welcome to email me anything you would like, and I will include it on my next order. Okay, thank you so much everybody. I look forward to catching up with you later. Bye for now.